you crazy? Is that your problem?
No, but I'm thirsty.
Is that your problem? Are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this. Wintered up, and you're not even on camera.
Oh.
Get over here.
Oh,
And Shelly's like
move
looking
over, man.
Shelly's,
Hey guys, I am dying as usual. Oh, I was gonna put my like Hawaiian print shirt on, but it didn't go over very well.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a very heavy shirt, and so if you want to stay cool,
I know.
Oh, I'm totally fine. This is
There's
long
something wrong
sleeve
with
too.
You.
So look
Not
what I
me.
got for Christmas.
Check it out.
Big old microphone. So there you go. So hopefully you'll be able to hear us better. If you can't, well, what are you going to do?
That was from
That was from
your
my
oldest.
son. Yeah.
my idea, but yeah,
Well, okay.
There you
Well, most Christmas presents are your idea.
have a good one.
Hey, now look at this.
I'm a giver.
Sequential Treasures is the first one in the door this year. Yep. It's a new year, but it's the same old Aaron. You're right about that. It is the same old Aaron. But you know what?
You're almost older. His birthday's pretty soon.
Shh. So anyway, Sequential is first one in the house. And you know what you get for that? Nothing.
And
but thanks for joining us. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick is almost always here except when he's not here.
Well, and then when his internet went down, he wasn't here last
That's what he says, but I don't have any way to prove that or verify that.
Don't be so assassinator.
Okay. Well, let's start the show off right here.
Public service announcement.
Statistical Zero right here. They could be dubbed Assassins.
That's so clever. I love. He has no taste.
No. Well, I have excellent taste in women and humor.
It ends there.
And humor. So.
Oh my gosh! Seriously, can I have that towel?
Oh look, Shelley LaPresti's in the house.
I am.
And you spelled your name correctly, which I appreciate.
Ooh. Big points. Oh my gosh.
Well, let's see. Jeff Potts is
I
here.
Hold up the fan like this on my head.
I see Shelly's been getting feisty on Twitter again. Boy, we're not going to go there.
Like I said, I'm not. I just tend to stumble into these things. I don't like it when people are being ugly, and so this one started with a wow. That's all I said. Yep. And then the floodgates opened, and then it was done. And then these two guys just like went. Oh, we weren't going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're moving
they
on.
Weren't very nice.
Legend says, will Aaron finally draw Ulick? Will Shelley's potty mouth subside?
Not
These questions
likely.
and more will be answered only on Aaron LaPresti's live stream. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I don't know if any of that stuff's going to come true. We'll just have to wait and see.
It's a mystery.
Let's see. Who else is here? Louis Bright Raven is here. He's quilting the Raven Nevermore. Ashley.
Hey, Ash. Nice.
Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys
seen Dad go out either. Oh no, but he's right there. Oh my gosh, I did not even see
where's
you,
John Smith? Gosh,
oh man, John that loser. He hasn't been here in the longest time.
If you just tune in once in a while. Oh wait, there he is.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh, that was funny. Gosh, I wish I'd meant that.
Let's see.
What else?
Emerald Avenger 2814 with a
oh my gosh.
He's got a Billy Tucci avatar.
But that was when he was when you guys did the Price is Right thing.
Yeah, it was Paul Lynn.
He was so funny. Oh, we have to give him a shout out. Because on Ethan's Kings last week, he was so nice. They were talking about, of course, all the crap that we get and just what a nice guy that you are. And that
I paid him a lot of money to say that.
Well, but then how people could look back, and I'm sure they did, trying to find something that they could use as evidence or ammo, and there is nothing. And then he said, you could throw him out the window.
That's right. I'm nice. A huge guy. Until I injured my shoulder and haven't been able to work out for a year. Now I'm a wimpy guy.
Excuse then?
Jaron just came in from hawking newspapers on the corner. Jeff, here, see if you see this on the. Just curious.
They're so cute, those hats.
It's curious, maybe if you saw that on the corner or not.
Oh my gosh! If I burst into flames, would you just roll me around a little bit?
I will.
Okay.
Shelley bought me. I got 3 of these. She got me 3 of these for Christmas, different colored ones. But since I'm wearing the black coat, I've got a brown one, and then one you say is green, but I
kind of olive.
It looks kind of more grayish to me, but I don't know.
Well, and I gotta say, I like him better than the stocking caps because he looks like his dad. Not that it was horrible, but I just want to call you Papa. Papa Tom.
It's getting a little weird done.
Oh, okay, next.
Beta Ray Chill says, Happy New Year, Aaron and Shelley. Received garbage in this week. Found it funny that his name is Richard Ethan, 2 heavyweights from CG. Oh, well, actually,
wow, but that was like way before, right?
I'll tell you a little secret.
Okay, shh, don't tell
His name is Richard Ethan Morse.
His name's Richard Cranium?
Remorse.
Oh.
Because he has remorse.
Oh, he has remorse. Oh, clever.
Yeah.
You're driving a taxi now.
Here, I don't know. Maybe you could drive with this.
Drive the cannonball.
Randy, drive that.
Okay, well, you just keep skipping stuff.
I can't read everybody. I know. If you would have a show of you reading people's chats.
Like father, like daughter. Love that, Ash.
Yes.
Yeah, Randy. Twitter is just a cesspool. But there's like a double-edged sword, I guess. Is that what you call it? Like, if you don't have a social media presence, then it's not great. But he hates social media, so then I kind of step in. But I'm kind of a fierce protector, and I probably say things I shouldn't. But I also have fierce protectors. I found out. Geek Avenger, thank you. I actually got some screenshots from people of stuff. I was just like, wow, people do like me.
There we go.
Oh,
see,
donut sticks. Oh, I love donuts.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Ring in the new year.
It's 1222.
Thank you. What? Oh, the date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A cesspool serves a purpose. Twitter, not so much.
Well, yeah, but
look,
that's the bump. Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Linedecker.
Nice.
Happy New Year right there. Look at that.
Don't we have that?
I don't have that one. No.
Woo!
My first cannonball. Can I borrow it for Twitter?
That's what I need. I need a cannonball emoji.
Yeah, I need like an explosion for Twitter. Just blow that up. Thank you, Randy, for the Canadian $5. I appreciate it very much.
Ooh, Jeff wants to know anybody head to Gitter. Yes.
I don't know what that means. What?
Gitter, Gettr. Isn't that Trump's social media?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh.
They're on Twitter as well.
Once again, she knows more than I do.
Well, I know he hates it. So then I go, well, I'll try to help out, but I don't think I'm really helping.
I hate arguing with people online. It's a waste of time. So
sometimes they're nice conversations.
Sometimes
but then you get somebody that calls you up something.
But then again,
a lot of stuff. I learned some new words this week.
I don't think you learned them. I think you just revisited.
Oh no, there was some. I was like, wow, that's inventive.
Is that what that means?
Okay, but I escaped my safety harness.
So let's take a moment here for a public service announcement.
Oh, good. You always. Can you guys feel the heat coming through? Like
I'm
listening.
It's so liking and subscribing to this channel is important.
It is.
People keep telling me that, and so I'm just repeating what I'm told. So,
okay, yeah.
Help a fellow out. Smash the like button, as they like to say, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because it's absolutely free.
Yeah, Trump's will be the truth network.
Okay.
Ooh, let's see. Announced is. I'm just not even gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay. What you got?
So let's get the show moving, Shelley, because we're all about movement.
You know what I watched last night?
What?
I just watched Me Dyeing Your Beard.
You're watching like our old reruns?
I needed a laugh, so I watched it to make myself laugh at my own laugh, and I lost all control that day. Composure out the window.
Speaking of composure.
Yeah.
I wasn't speaking of composure. But let's do this.
Segue almost.
It's a terrible segue. It's not even a segue.
You should sing.
I'm not
into the microphone.
I should sing?
And sing. Yeah.
No.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Don't look at me. I'm gonna have to go hang out in the refrigerator for a little while.
Okay, so what do we got, Shelley, today?
Oh, this is what treasure says. Do not sing.
I'm not going to.
Rosacea. 1822 backers. Look at you go.
I know. We want to get to 1883 just for fun.
I just gotta have that wind blowing.
I'm waiting for snow to come blowing in, and you look like Fabio. Your hair's blowing, and then like this. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay.
So let's take a moment here for a public service announcement. What?
What?
You look like Fabio. Your hair's blowing, and then like this. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right, so Shelly, what do we got? What do you got
I,
for us?
what do I have?
Yeah, for
Is there an injection for that? We have some.
Oh my gosh!
Looks like that mountain mix stuff is pretty good.
And dark chocolate covered almonds because they're actually good,
it's good for you.
Yeah.
What's everybody else having?
Cracking that open right now. I have one of
Hey,
these.
Mighty Geek Studios. I love you, but I already am
That's
in a
true.
comic book. I'm in Sludge.
Shelley first appeared in Sludge number
4 or 5. I think that's what he's saying.
Well, you got your big moment in Sludge number 4 versus the Alligator Man.
Yep, that was when I first started
But
reporting on it.
you might have first appeared in Sludge 3 though, and then kind of.
Sorry, I was reading. Yeah. So yeah, but it's my maiden name, Rogers.
I'm just going to go to sleep. Wake me up when the show's over with.
Okay, well, let's just go back a little bit. Look. Oh, thanks.
That's all right.
Oh,
I have a sack of hot nuts.
if I had some, mine would be 2.
I'm also
I can't help myself.
do that.
I can't help. If the door's open, I'm going through.
I know.
Let's see.
Barbecue potato chips.
Oh, I love those.
Gorp. What is that? That stands for something, doesn't it? Haven't we been down that road before with Gorp?
I think so.
Someone.
You know, guys, what I made? Oh, we got to email our friends in Germany. I made Glühwein on Christmas Eve.
She did.
You don't know what Glühwein is? It's mulled wine, vin chaud en français. So good.
It turned out pretty good.
Downstairs. Yeah.
Shelley be the fairy godmother who doesn't take crap from anyone and tells it straight, even if it hurts your feelings.
I don't sugarcoat at all.
Yeah, take it from me.
That's
She
my
doesn't,
students.
she doesn't care if she hurts your feelings. Take it from me. I know the truth. See, now that I'm being truthful.
What is the violence inheritance system?
There you go. New Lepresti versus character Hot Flash.
Seriously.
That's good humor. or not.
The jellyfish look.
Yeah, well.
Give him the jellyfish.
Yeah. There it is.
Maybe if I shaved my head, I would be colder.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Shelley reminds me of my wife. Good luck, Aaron.
You're a lucky man. You're a lucky man.
I don't think that's what he's really
lucky
intimating there.
man. Pedro, I haven't seen that.
Did Shelley fight an alligator? Going to be a Cajun feast at the Leprestis.
Play some Zydeco and.
I got enlisted to wrestle an alligator, but I refused to do it in our Florida days.
Oh, with the neighbor?
The neighborhood.
Not with the neighbor, but the neighbor came over?
Neighborhood guys came over and said, "Hey, check out there's an alligator."
There was a gator in someone's yard right
across the street from us.
Their walkway up to their front door, and then there was some shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
Did a shrubbery, and then there was a gator hiding
in the shrubbery, right, ready to eat whoever
Not
came out
scary
the
at all.
door.
No.
They had visions of me going in and wrestling it, but I said, call the critter getter. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
so
wine and cinnamon. Oh,
Ashley,
yes.
see, that's why Ashley loves Shelley.
Oh,
she doesn't
and I
love
love
me,
Ash.
but she loves
so much.
Or it is supposed to call.
We could do a double.
She's abusing me.
You could do a double intervention.
We've at each other's throats.
No, double for me. No, I know people think that I have a problem. I only drink for this show just to keep up my reputation. I got people to impress, right?
Micah says, Happy New Year,
Micah.
Aaron. Hope you enjoy a great one. Looking forward to the weird Western graphic novel. When I was 10 years old, my brother stuck a piece of grass up a gator's nose while I stood by and looked up.
Go for it. It's a good idea.
I hope it was a small
Good
one.
luck.
I hope it was a small one.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I take note.
We can't Ashley use such language like that.
That's why we need the swear jar.
Well, until we get the swear jar. Shame to yourself.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Chris, right there.
What?
No,
I stayed indoors?
No. Oh, this one. How'd we
this one?
deal with the snow? We looked at it.
Yeah, it melted every day. Then it snowed again at night. Then it melted, and then it snowed. Then it melted. So the roads were never really covered.
Yeah,
except
it was
late
fine.
At night.
The dog would come in with like big chunks of ice hanging off his mustache.
Is this overstating the obvious? Sundays with the Leprestis?
Oh,
It is Sunday, and we are the Leprestis.
I
So
like
that is
Jeff.
pretty much it. Yes, thank you.
Goulet. Nice. Yeah, we had
right.
some snow, but it wasn't like we're probably a little higher up. Elevations outside of like Hillsborough and stuff got a lot more, but
Yeah. It
But
was
we're,
cold,
We're
though.
only halfway
It
up
was
the
cold.
mountain. We're like the poor rich folk.
Okay, so Shelly's been wanting to. She says we need to give a Wraith update. We need to give a Wraith
Yes,
update.
that
we
I
need
did
to give
say.
a Wraith update.
And I was trying to come up with like clever, how's the Wraith work? Or I don't know. I
Well-
wasn't being clever. But we do have something to show you.
I am inking.
Oh my
I'm inking page 34 right now,
Mhm.
out of 78. So
You're getting there.
yeah, so that's 40. What I got? 44 more pages to go.
I don't do math. I just teach math. Oh, not anymore though. Anyway.
Okay, but
You want,
I did work on this double page spread that I kind of want to.
okay. Hold on. This one? My bad. Sorry. Almost. Oh, I almost.
There it is.
Almost showed it to you.
There it is. What do you guys think? Isn't that awesome?
You like it?
Mhm.
It's
You can
awesome.
almost see through the back of it there. Yeah, it's got some
I'll give
great
you a hint.
stuff.
There's
on
a
it.
werewolf on it. There's this dude with a hat.
Anyway, so yeah,
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good.
I'm not going to show it to you because I'm
Did
going
you
to ruin
guys see the one though that he posted on social media? And I said that's a T-shirt, and he said it's only this big.
I'm not sure how to take that.
It was awesome. Ooh, what's that thing? Oh, that's Garbage Man. Okay.
Brandy, I have a Wraith theory concerning his cape.
Ooh.
Oh, I actually know the truth concerning his cape.
Yes.
So
You got your X-ray
maybe-
abilities. General Piggy, you are awesome. Can I just say that out loud? Oh, wait, I did. Yeah. Very nice on Twitter.
Yep. Excellent. Well, if you bought those X-ray glasses when you were a kid from the comics, see right through it. Hey, that's just the guy I want to talk to. K Manifesto, I'm doing your page. I moved you up. I moved you off the gambling table and made you the owner of the circus. So
Wow.
you get more. You
Is
get
that- is
lines. You get more lines.
Cool.
So I'm going to do your page in about 2 weeks. So I'll be in touch to let you know
Okay.
what photos
Seriously
I need.
though, I have been sleeping so poorly. I need you to record your voice, like telling me a bedtime story or something, because it's so soothing, and I just can't sleep.
You know what
Is
else
that-
I find?
Is that awkward?
Yeah, but I also find this can be soothing too to help you get to sleep
Oh,
really
really?
quickly. We'll just help Jeff out in case he's a little tired.
Oh,
Yeah, as soon as Shelly actually gets around to doing it like she's supposed to.
I know. My bad. Well, this is good. I think. What's that one say?
Wait
oh.
a minute. Is there swearing on there?
Yeah, but we'll just do a language alert. It'll be fine.
I don't know if you guys just had better prep or what, but I love that you and especially Shelly have told these SCWs to blast off, no reservations.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's very nice,
Well,
but
People
sorry,
can just
but
get
no.
ugly to be ugly, and I don't like it.
no, there's a. We just got
And so I
alert
kind of
the
call it
masses.
out, and I probably shouldn't, but it's the mom in me. As adults, can I just do my soapbox?
No, the old Stooges massage.
Doing it later.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Okay, so as adults, we know better. We should do better. People can see these things and see the videos, whatever. It makes me crazy.
You know what
I'm
makes
done.
me crazy?
What?
So let's get back to it.
Pretty much.
All right. Hey,
Davey Lee.
I know.
Hey, bud.
Hey, man, I haven't talked to you in forever. He does.
How are you?
He does my webpage. So those of you who are mad at me that my webpage isn't updated.
There's your chance.
Okay. Let's get this show on the road. I know I've been saying that for like 20 minutes, but
I know. I just keep.
honestly, Shelly,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Ooh, what
I'm
happened?
not.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
I didn't. Mean
Liar.
to, I know I didn't mean to do that.
What are you mad
Second time.
about?
Nothing.
Okay,
just
then
wanted
let
to
me
put them
talk about what I'm mad about.
No, stop it.
He hates it when I talk social media.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed.
Exactly. See.
Being repressed.
No, we've got like features and things to do. So let's
All
move
right, I'm just gonna have to
along.
make my own show, or just call it like the bitching hour.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Ooh, you know, DC Comics had a comic called The Witching Hour.
Oh,
So-
I didn't know that, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'll
yeah.
call it.
All right,
SJWs.
let's do
That's what I'll
this.
call it. Okay.
Let's do this.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
This is Pep Comics number 22 from way back in
I thought that's what it said.
1941.
It's like Pep Comics.
Okay, now Shelley,
What
do you
kind
know
of
this?
nonsense is that?
Do you know the
Oh.
significance of this book?
Hold on.
I already told you.
Oh, you did? I can't read that. I forgot.
That's the first appearance of Archie.
Oh, okay. But he's not. Sorry.
Okay.
Tell me if I
So,
forgot.
using my trusty price guide from 1976, the first one I
Oh,
got.
okay. What was it then?
Okay. Pep Comics number 22.
Yeah.
You could have got a near mint copy of that book. That's an 8.0 right there, because that's the
I see
highest
that.
one graded, I think. But if you had a
Nice.
9.2, you could have got it for $50 back in 1976.
Well, that's a lot in 76.
Care
'Cause
to
you
take-
could fill up the car in like $5.
That's right.
I can remember my mom saying, they expect me to pay like 50 cents a gallon.
I won't do it.
Yeah, she's going off
Okay,
now.
but Shelley, the question is, how much do you think you could get one of those for right now? 9.2, if one existed. I don't even know
9.2.
one-
If it existed, it was
Uh-huh.
$50 in 72,
76.
70, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Let's go with somebody telling me in the chat. $4,500.
$385,000. And probably more than that if you could actually
Wow.
find a near mint copy. But here's the interesting thing.
Oh, I missed it. See, look. You got it.
25,000? No, I
Ooh,
said
6. Oh, it was more than that. Wait, tell me again what it was. Sorry.
$385,000.
Okay, how many other people went? Seriously, no way. That's what I'm thinking. Whoa, I do suck at this. Me too. Keep it
Okay,
picture.
but
Don't-
here's the
don't feel
thing.
bad. 1 million.
Back in 19
$1 million.
Can I finish
Oh,
the segment, please?
look, I'm just.
I know. Can I finish the segment?
All right, the bitching hour is about to start.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
in 1976, if you look at this price guide and you go to
Mm-hmm.
jackpot number 4, it will also say it's the first appearance of Archie.
Somebody's lying.
Exactly. Well, what we find out is later, this
Yeah.
was officially recognized as the first appearance. Jackpot number 4 has the first cover, Archie on the cover for the first time.
Well, that's kind of like clickbait because he's not in the comic book.
Well, no, he's in the comic,
Oh.
but he's on the cover. See, he's in this comic, but he's not on the cover. Jackpot number 4, he's actually on the
Oh, the
cover.
first appearance on a cover.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. Back in 1976, both Jackpot number 4 and Pep Comics 22 were both $50 books.
Yes.
Jackpot number 4 is only 36 grand now, while this is 385,000.
Well, we should get a couple of them then
I
with your
think
Wraith
so.
money. You know.
Yeah.
I am an immovable force. Yes. One, because not very many people could move me at this moment in my life.
Our
Eric
diet starts
Guapo,
tomorrow.
love
both of
you.
us. Yep.
Yeah,
Hey,
and Randy,
Devil
we're gonna.
Flyer.
Hey.
Hello, Devil Flyer. Oh, wait a minute. Someone who's
What?
it?
Oh,
Fox Mulder.
You guys, everybody's showing up. This is so much fun.
Fox Mulder drops in $10. Thank you, Fox. I really appreciate it. Since you started making Wraith of God, have you had anyone unexpected from inside the comic industry or even outside the industry contact you and support to
Oh.
collaborate in some way? Yes,
It has been
but I can't tell you who.
right. But no, but the support wise,
They don't want to be associated.
well, okay. Some have said, well, I can't be. Anyway, I'll just say they're wimps.
Yes.
But
Yes,
no,
they
we've
have.
had not so much of collaboration, but the support. Well, of course, I'm talking about Comicscape, but it has been the most fun that we've had in a long time. And
Yeah.
your work, it shows in your work. You are like killing it. In
Killing it,
fact,
baby.
AJ Tom, thank you for
Oh yeah, you
that
said some nice
shout out
stuff.
today.
Those are nice,
Yes,
yeah.
and of course, some people do think it's me providing this
The inspiration.
inspiration. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I don't know where it's been for the last 30 years. Then
I just showed up. No, but seriously, like your work is you're having fun, and he's in much better moods. Seriously, no, not really. But yeah, your work is
I
awesome.
can make an announcement though. Should I make the announcement?
Should he? What? Oh. Oh, yes, yes.
'Cause
Wait,
he actually-
let me do that again. Yes, do it. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So there's a title page that's going to be in Wraith of God that I've been sort of teasing as a guest artist.
Oh, don't, maybe not. Not because is it for reals? Like for sure?
He said yes. If I
Sure.
say it publicly, that puts the pressure on.
Yes, say it. Say it. I'm
So
on him.
Dale Keown will be doing that page on the
Wait, wait.
interior of Wraith of God.
Okay, wait, we gotta wait for the screaming to subside.
And if
Well, it's
he fla-
exciting.
And if he flakes out, I'll kill him. But
no, he won't. We had
He
so
won't.
much fun at that show, or
Well,
not the show, but during
won't.
that show,
he won't.
I could hang out with him. He and I could have beverage and talk rock bands, and
Smoke cigs and
I had to give that up for Lent. Wait, I'm not Catholic. Never mind. Sorry. Oh, what a day. Our daughter went home. Our daughter didn't go home. She went back to school today. So mommy's
she
a little
left
sad.
home.
I know. I asked her I go, did you have everything you need to go home? And then I cried.
That's true. I just, Dale's a busy guy.
Serious. No, but
But,
yeah.
No, he was totally
He's
on
so
board for
cool.
it. So
So cool.
he is a cool dude, and he'll be back. Maybe we should preview a little bit also about upcoming shows for the new year, right?
Yeah.
I have spoken to my college roommate, film director and Academy Award winner Aaron Schneider
Uh-huh.
about coming on, and he seems to be up for it. So hopefully I'll be able to get that.
What was his latest project? I think with
Greyhound
Tom
with,
Hanks.
Greyhound with Tom Hanks.
And is he still in the same apartment you guys lived in, do you
He
think?
may be. He may
Yeah.
be.
Move, Aaron.
But anyway, so we're that I haven't got it officially booked yet, but he said he'd do it. So
Who else?
Richard Evans from Bedrock City, who I keep teasing.
Oh, he's so
But
awesome.
They had some COVID issues,
Yeah.
and so he had to work the weekend and couldn't come on. So we've got him tentatively planned for the 16th, where we're going to talk about collecting, the market where it's at right now, and hopefully we'll get him to show some of his fantastic personal collection that he has. They'll just blow your mind.
Well,
with
what
some of
else
the
have you
books he
done
has.
for him that's kind of fun?
What have I done for who?
Bedrock.
Well, I did a couple of beer labels for him.
That's what I'm saying. And
Okay.
it was award-winning beer label, I
That's
might
right.
say.
Well,
He's an award winner.
that's right.
Not an Academy Award winner,
No, my roommate, Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
Me,
but
not so much.
beer label.
That's right.
But
so
we'll take it. It's a
let's take
win.
the beer label.
It's a W.
So
All right,
and then
I'm gonna
then there's I got some other.
More?
Well, I haven't talked to him yet, but I think I'm going to get him on to
Yeah.
talk. So I'm not going to announce it. Oh,
Say it.
and Dale
He'll
will
have-
be back to do a draw stream.
Yes, he said he would do that too.
So
You guys, it just gets better.
yeah, we have some
We're
good
having
stuff.
so much
We
fun.
have some good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Share with the class, Aaron.
I
Do you have something to share with the class?
think I just
Are
did.
you sure?
Neon, I just did. I just shared.
Well, we're waiting. This is what Mrs. Lopresti and the head tilt.
I
and you know you're in
just
trouble.
shared. What are you waiting for? I
Wait,
just shared.
I know. I had to do the. You're in trouble. Head tilt. Okay. General Piggy. Oh, nice. Donut says, oh, see, I need these people in my world.
You do. Well, donut sticks got
Thank
plenty
you.
of sugar energy.
It's all caffeine fueled.
Mm-hmm.
Statistical zero. Nice. Awesome. Another nice. Ooh. Head explosions. A cool. Oh,
Oh, Fox Mulder.
nice.
Fox Mulder earlier sent us $10, right?
Mhm.
And he's also appearing in the comic. Bought his way into the comic.
Nice.
He's going to be featured in the House of Ill Repute. So
Not nice. Oh,
you see what happened was I was working through the
is
script.
that okay with you though?
Yeah, you okay with that,
Look,
Fox?
honey.
As I was working through it, I got this really kind of funny thing where I could really use him to pay off a gag, but also give him a few lines
Nice.
right on the page.
That would be fun.
And then I felt bad for K Manifesto because I was like, he just had one line and he was a gambler at a table. So I thought, well, if I move him to be the circus owner in the origin story of the Wraith, then he'll have more
Oh.
lines. So
Yes.
that's what I decided
I
to do.
like.
So both you guys that bought into the book to be on are going to be well represented with some dialogue and some close-ups. And you, of course, will get those pages as part of the deal. So that's pretty
That is
exciting.
awesome. What's stats say? It was so funny. Well, he had his glass.
Yeah.
What we didn't know at the time that it had vodka.
Yeah. So I
That's
think
why I'm like, I could hang with him.
Yeah, so he got a little looser as the
I
show went along.
loved it. But that's the thing is, I guess we have this reputation of being like, I don't know, goody two shoes or something. It's just something we don't do. Like somebody got mad at me because I wasn't swearing on Twitter. It's just if I do, I am like, it takes a lot to get me fired up, believe it or not. But oh gosh, I laughed so hard.
Okay,
That one.
first of all, I quit. I mean, I never swore much
No.
anyway, but as soon as we had kids, that was it. There was
Yeah.
no swearing in this house. And so that's been 28 years. So
It's just kind of happened.
yeah,
But we don't judge people who
But-
do. I mean, it's not a
that's
big
right.
deal
But
because I do.
but too many people have come on and said, or messaged me and said, our kids watch your show.
Yes.
Thank you so much for running a
Oh my
clean
gosh,
show.
yeah.
So I'm trying to,
I love that.
because I think there are people, not a ton, but there are people watching with their kids. So it's like,
we love them kiddos.
Okay.
Well,
Beta Ray
Yes, I
Chill
do.
wants to know, did Dale confirm he was in collaboration with Phil Diaz for his pit on your last show? He did not confirm or deny that. I do know the answer to that question, but it's not mine to reveal. So that will be up to Dale.
Oh, you know, when I say that, I get a bunch of crap. Not my story.
What?
Oh, never mind. Let's see.
Yes, we need to get Brohawk for that stream. He will be there, whether he wants to or not.
Is it?
I'm bringing Brohawk on with Dale to do the sketch stream.
We do have the best friends, though. You guys, of course, and Brohawk. It's just, yeah. I just feel like this has been as hard as that whole thing has been. It's been awesome too.
Yep. Holiday. I think that's probably brain fade. Late to the show, but here. Thank you for your regularly scheduled program.
Thanks, Paul. But we're total brain fade right now. Oh my gosh.
It is going to be great. It's going to be epic. Is what
Do you
it's
see how
going to be.
many views you have on that show? It's over 1,500.
See, you get the big names on your show and people watch.
Works.
They don't care about us, but if we bring someone in that's really good, then
look.
Happy New Year, Shelly, and Aaron too, I guess. Aaron. Let me try that again. Happy New Year, Shelly, and Aaron too, I guess. Aaron. Why are you cosplaying Peter Doyle as taxi driver? Why are you pulling a cannonball out of your gun?
Better than someplace else.
I suppose that's true.
She's on fire.
We're not going to be talking about Superman today. So.
Oh. Jeff.
Oh my goodness.
But Jeff, you got to say something, man.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it very much. That's super kind of you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super kind of you. I mean, $20, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
If I saved that, I could get another comic.
Yeah, we try to be straight arrows, but you know, it's just
look at Kelly 1481. I get it. My
Kel.
parents never when I was growing up, and
it's just I mean,
see, the tone of your show is refreshingly wholesome, isn't it?
We try, but I'm always worried.
She's a bit of a problem, but we're working on it.
I know, I'm trying, but yeah, if I had students, whatever, I did show them the peanuts cause dog diarrhea thing, though.
I got a language alert for crap. That's pretty straight. That was the wrong button.
When you couldn't hear us, he's going, oops.
I meant to hit that. So there you go. All right.
They both work, though.
Okay, we need to move the show along. We can sit here and talk all day, which is, I guess, why we're here.
What we do, yeah.
But is butt a language alert?
Is what?
Is butt a language alert?
Depends. If our son was little, he wouldn't even read the word B-U-T.
No.
He was, I can't say that. We're like,
All right, let's do a little rights end of the day, shall we?
Okay, I'm ready. I got to focus. Okay, bring it. I got to get close. Go. That was kind of
you were.
scary.
She was a little sad about that, but that was, of course, Kane from the House of Mystery, who was the host of that House of Mystery comic, and his brother Abel was the one he had wrapped up in the water bottle, who is the host of the House of Secrets. So they have this little kind of thing going on.
That wasn't very nice, though.
No, but they're they fight. That's kind of their shtick. They fight kind of like us.
Kick your butt.
Okay, here's the sad story.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McManus, who is an artist
I know that name.
of fine quality, comic book artist, used to own that page.
Wow.
But
bought a house instead.
No, but like many of us, went through a period of hard times, thus the hat. No, where we had to sell some of our art that we didn't want to sell, and he had to sell that to kind of make ends meet at some point.
You had to sell a Wrightson too.
I sold several Wrightsons that I still cry about daily, but that's just the way it goes.
Married better.
That's the way it goes. So anyway, That, of course, page is probably, $100,000 page now. And,
Wow.
But that's how things work. It's tough going out there.
It is.
Tough sledding, man. All right.
Sorry, I was looking at my laptop.
Yeah. Sean's he is. He's very good. He's very good.
Yeah, his brushwork was amazing.
Were they in Sandman? Actually, you know what? I think they were. He's talking about Cain and Abel. I think.
I gotcha.
I think they did use them in the Vertigo stuff. Those, of course, were my stuff that I'm showing was 70s, early 70s. So, different era, different use of the characters.
Cool.
Bernie Wright's and Swamp Thing was the first comic my brother and I agreed on. How about that? I assume you agreed. You liked it.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't live on the farm with all the derriere.
That could be taken twice, right? 2 ways.
Boo!
I like it. I like it.
Gonna have to try harder than that.
I like it.
Let's see here.
Move it on, little Presty. What you got?
I'm moving. Does anyone what is this? Does anyone know who drew Terrible Teddy in House of Mystery? I've got the book, but it's buried in long boxes. Terrible Teddy?
Like
I don't.
One that you don't know?
No, well, I haven't read every issue of House of Mystery, so Terrible Teddy.
Hey, Jimmy.
Now, of course,
Jimmy.
That's not to be confused with who was that kid in the Chuck Jones cartoons, the one who had the big imagination? Just totally blown this joke, just completely destroyed it because I couldn't think of the name of the cartoon.
No.
Ralph Phillips.
Ralph Phillips. You say that all the time. Come on.
They're coming to get you, Ralph Phillips. Oh, wait a minute. Beta Ray Bill. Okay, Beta Ray Chill. Ray Chill. I asked Phil. At Beta Ray Chill. Ray Chill. I asked Phil about the Dale Speculation on Show Friday night, and he denied it.
Ooh.
Could be a work.
Well, he doesn't have confirmation, maybe.
I can't confirm or deny anything. Star Trek trivia. What was Captain Kirk's yeoman in the Mirror Universe episode? What's her name? Shoot, I'm gonna fail this horribly.
I saw a video with what's her face hitting Doc and Kirk on the butt. It's pretty funny. She was walking.
Yeoman Rand?
No, the communications lady.
Oh, Uhura.
Hit him on the butt, walking on scene.
Okay, give me some time, Joe. I'll come up with that.
Ooh, seriously? Have you ever been in a fist fight? Yes, I have. Several.
No. Let me tell you a little story.
Ooh, story time.
In third grade, I got into it with this kid, and he punched me in the face. And I stood there, and I thought to myself, if I hit this kid, I'm going to get in big trouble.
Your mom would have been mad.
So I turned and walked away. And then my sophomore year in high school, I was very tall and skinny.
Like our child was.
And me and a friend of mine were out driving around, cruising, as we used to say.
For chicks.
Some guy in a truck drove up alongside of us and looked down and made some disparaging comments about me. And I realized I wasn't brawny enough to, and so it pissed me off to such a degree that I started lifting weights.
Like the guy in the comic book.
And I never stopped. And, until recently. And then I never got into it again with anybody because I am 6'2" and I was in pretty good shape. And so, but I made a promise to myself I was never going to take that kind of crap off anybody again. And then I never had to because it never came up again. But
I think the last time I went fisticuffs was second year of college.
Now,
maybe?
see, but you should hit a kid who steals your Scooby-Doo watch. That's just not right.
Oh, I'll take care of that.
Dr. Mass got the paddle. Yeah, you remember the paddle? We used to get the paddle in grade school. That was
not at school. I was the angel at school.
No, my gosh, the principal and the paddle. Oh, heck yeah. Can't do that now.
Shoot. I can't do anything now. Even Stat says he's been in fist fights. Yeah, I think the last one was my sophomore year in college.
Were you really?
They didn't last very long.
There you go.
'Cause I'm kind of
Shelley
a
played
badass.
volleyball. Of course, she's been in a fist fight.
Oh, I can remember yelling at my
I assume it was another girl.
yelling at my teammates. Quit your crying. I was like the only girl that didn't cry on my team at Oregon State. So I'd just be like,
I find that
seriously.
hard to believe. I'm kidding.
I'm like, do a freaking push up and quit your crying.
But you know what else makes people cry?
Me.
No.
No.
This.
Math.
This. Well,
Oh.
okay. This can sometimes make people cry.
What is it? It was so precious.
It was so precious. That
It scared me kind of. And then I saw Kirk and I went, oh,
that's one of my favorite episodes of The Twilight Zone. But until they did the Twilight Zone movie,
Uh-huh.
Now you see the Twilight Zone movie?
did I?
I'm asking you if you saw it. Yes, that's kind
Me?
of what I'm intimating that question towards you.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Hang on a second.
What?
I'll help her jog her memory a little bit here.
not the neck leg
There,
kick. I
okay.
keep telling him.
Okay, so it's a yes or no question.
I said no.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Well, they redid that episode of Twilight Zone in the Twilight Zone movie with John Lithgow playing Kirk, and
both awesome.
but the Gremlin was much creepier and
Mhm.
much better.
Terror at 2000.
It's a tremendous segment in that
1,
film.
2, 3, 20,000 feet.
Yeah, Terror at 20,000
Eric.
feet is
Good to
exactly.
see you.
He has a good laugh of it. Look what
Oh,
his
and
look
he's
what his
awesome,
avatar
too.
is. He's from that movie with is that
I can see.
the gorilla suit with a alien astronaut head on? That wasn't what movie was that? Well, I'm sure you can share with us, Eric, because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yes, John. Actually, in 9th grade, I told my dad I wanted to be a cop, and he lost his
Exactly.
ever living mind.
See, he's going to be in
You wanna see
the
something real
Fox
scary?
Mulder is going to be in the
I know that'll be
in
scary.
the House of Ill Repute.
That'll be scary.
He's got some funny lines though.
Oh, good. That's nice.
John Smith says, "Shelley, you should have been a cop." Yeah, I can see that. I can see her on Cops.
Mm-hmm. I could be badass.
Mhm.
But I still, oh my gosh, I need to go to the shooting range.
That's true. That's very good.
Place. Gosh darn
You keep
it.
talking about it, but you're not.
I know, but no, this month.
Yes,
I'm going
robot
shooting.
monster. There it is. See, he's in a gorilla suit carrying a woman in a swimsuit, and he's got like this
Of course,
space
she's in a
helmet on
swimsuit.
because they didn't. I don't think they actually had the gorilla head, so they put the space helmet on him.
we
So-
can put it together. It'll be fine. Nobody will notice.
No one will notice.
Oh my gosh, Randy, I am the sheriff. Okay, I seriously, I need to stop. Like, when people are ugly, I don't get it. Like, I called some guy an abusive jerk. Well, he was to me, but wow. People just don't be ugly.
Look at that.
To
Henry
be ugly.
Beans. His avatar is Burgess Meredith.
Oh, funny.
Rocky. Okay, so let's move on to the more meatier stuff of the show that people are looking
Oh,
forward to.
Is that what they're here for? That, not
They're-
me.
No, well,
Just
this.
kidding.
Excuse me a second here.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
but I got to
So-
tell you.
No, this is a
Speaking
little.
of neck, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no,
Here,
I
here,
had.
take the microphone. You know, I'm going to give this back to Josh. He can re-gift it to
So-
you. Go ahead.
I had that last procedure you took me to.
Yeah.
It actually worked. I actually
Oh.
yelled up to Aaron, not during the procedure, but write this down. I don't have a headache right now.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was like the best.
How did
one
we get
ever.
into that?
Well, because you hit me in the head.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get a little.
Don't.
Oh, let's do it. Next fist
bring it.
fight coming up.
Bring
Okay.
it.
All
Okay.
right. So this is kind of a little fun part of the show because the rest of the stuff has not been fun, but this will be fun
This fun starts now.
right now.
Ooh,
Does
pressure.
Shelley know my favorite movies? Now,
Should
each of these are going to have
I
a.
gotta fix this. This
Please
collar is
don't
weird.
jump ahead and answer questions before
Okay.
you're supposed to.
Okay.
because the questions I'm going to ask you may
or may not be.
Exactly what you think they're going to be.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Got him.
Okay.
Sorry. That was so attractive.
Okay, here we go. Well, I had to push a few buttons. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here's our first one.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn your eyes.
Marty Feldman played
Yes.
this iconic character. What's the name of the character that Marty Feldman played, and what movie is this from?
He's Igor in Young Frankenstein.
Yay!
Oh!
Okay, that's one down.
Damn your eyes.
That was
Too late. That's what he says. Just doing lines.
hey, if Marty was on here, I would have let it slide. But
Oh my gosh.
okay, so here's, okay, that's 1 for 1. That's good.
And no, I didn't look at the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Academy Award winner, not for this role, of course. But
No,
Academy
that
Award winner
was
Richard-
like Escape. No, not Escape to Witch Mountain.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Mr. Holland's Opus. Actually, he didn't win for that.
No,
It was Goodbye Girl.
No, I thought it was the alien one.
No, Close Encounters?
Yeah.
How did you get Escape from Witch Mountain from Close Encounters?
Because there
of
was
the
a
Third
mountain.
Time?
He made a mountain and potatoes or whatever.
My
Okay.
Gosh, no, he won it for the Goodbye Girl,
Abby
which was
Normal.
a Neil,
That's right.
it was a Neil
Abby
Simon.
something. Abby Normal. Okay.
It was a Neil Simon, based on Neil Simon thing called
was
Goodbye
with-
Girl.
Diane.
No.
Okay. I'm just going to shut up now.
All right, so this is Richard Dreyfuss. He plays
Mhm.
what character in what movie?
Hoopa. No, I don't know. Is it Hooper? I thought that was. No, Chief. He
Yes.
called Chief. It was Hoopa. Yeah, in Jaws.
Yes, Hooper and Jaws. So 2 for 2. All right. These might get a little
Hey,
bit more
Dark Josh.
challenging. All right. So Shelly does so far. Shelly knows.
Darsh is here.
Okay. Now this is a classic.
Oh,
Classic
Hitchcock classic.
film with Jimmy
Not
Stewart.
either.
And who's this actress right there?
Hetty Normal. I don't know what's her name.
Hetty Normal?
Let's go, Abby Normal.
Hetty Lamar? No.
Uh,
Come on. This is Princess of Monaco.
oh my gosh, it's Grace Kelly.
Holy crap.
I
I didn't
am
give you a
a-
clue. That doesn't
Oh,
count.
I
What
am
movie
so
is it
dumb.
though?
It's
What
Rear
movie?
Window.
Okay. There you go.
Whoa.
All right. I don't know if I should give you points for that.
Half a point.
Hetty Lamar.
I
You're
don't
watching
know.
Blazing Saddles, Hedley Lamar. Oh my
I don't know.
gosh. Okay, here we go.
I was like,
Here we
somebody
go.
looks better than me.
All right,
yes.
here we go.
Let
This is-
my people go.
This is Planet of the Apes, not Ten
I know,
Commandments.
but it's Charlton Heston, you
There's
dork.
no monkeys in 10 Commandments.
Let my monkeys
Oh
go.
my gosh. Okay, so this is obviously Chuck Heston.
Yeah.
In what movie?
Planet of the Apes. You
Okay.
just said it.
No, I didn't. You did. I said there was no monkeys, and you said 10 Commandments. I said there's no
No,
monkeys.
I was saying his line.
Okay, all right,
Sorry,
but here's the
we
question.
might need to take a break. The Bickersons are back.
But here's
Yeah.
the question. What's the big reveal at the end of the movie that makes it one of the most shocking movie endings of all time? What does he see on the beach at the end of the movie? The last
He
scene.
was on the beach. He saw water, the ocean. He saw.
Mm.
Wait.
Oh my
Did he
gosh.
see I don't know, a spaceship? I don't know. What do you
Oh
see?
my gosh.
I
Are
don't
you kidding
remember.
me? Are you being serious right now?
I don't remember. I just remember you dirty apes. Get your hands on me, you dirty apes.
The Statue of Liberty.
Oh, for crap.
Because
Yeah.
he realized he was on Earth the whole time and he was
Gotcha.
screwed. He couldn't get back home. He was home.
Gotcha. I forgot about. Yeah. He saw that Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh,
Neither will this other chick pretty soon.
you know, this. I don't think
Sorry,
man
John, I
could be
didn't look
monogamous. On this planet, it's easy. You know, that's a great line from the movie. And of course, it's a madhouse. A madhouse.
You're right.
Sorry.
I'm like, okay.
It was
Dang it. I knew that too, but yeah, I wouldn't. Gun to my head, I wouldn't have got it.
Statue of Liberty. Holy crap. See?
Yep.
God knows.
Good job, John.
All right, here's the last one.
What French novel is Planet of the Apes based on?
Pierre, what's the guy's name? Boulet or something like that wrote this. And it was called City of Monkeys. I have no idea. I can't remember.
La Ville de.
I don't know. I can't
don't know.
remember. Okay,
I'm gonna look it
share.
up.
I should know that, but I can't remember what it was. It was, but the apes were much more sophisticated. They had little like flying machines and stuff than what they did in Planet of the Apes. Oh, La Planète. There you go. La Planète des Singes. Monkey Planet. There
Des
you go.
Singes. In French, they're way too cool to actually finish the word. It just goes straight nozzle, right up to the nose.
Okay, here's another great. Don't go looking for it, Taylor. You may not like what you find. You know what he found out? He found that there was a Statue of Liberty.
Dang it. I hate it when that
Which he
happens.
didn't know.
So, Randy, do you speak French? Parlez-vous français, mon ami?
This is more important. Did you know that Silent Green is people? It's another Charlton Heston movie. He just ruined the end of the movie for you if you ever want to see it. But.
Thanks.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
All right. Here's the last one. I'm kind of a mixed bag on this.
Tater. Really? Charlie. Tater.
Okay.
Tater.
Here we go. Now that's Kurt Russell.
Oh, he's fine.
Playing MacReady
Mm-hmm.
in the Arctic outpost with some other guys that encounter some little alien hijinks.
Right.
So what movie would this be? Wow.
What I'm gonna say is
I don't
really
even,
dumb.
I don't even.
I saw his
don't
face
even-
and I was like, oh, he's so going to Escape from New York. So that's where my brain was.
No.
But it is
See the
I can
snow?
see it.
It's
Yeah.
Arctic.
I want to say I was gonna say The Thing, but
That's correct.
I thought you'd make fun of me if I said The Thing.
Why would I make fun of you when that's the correct answer?
Because I thought it might not be.
I don't know. I think you just read it in the chat and then gave me the
Well,
answer.
I was thinking it and then I saw John said it and then I was like, okay, I feel better saying it now if John said it.
Look at
Like
Josh knows.
when he wants to make
Josh
a point,
knows.
is look at.
One of the best movies ever.
Josh.
Josh knows.
I love that name, Josh.
Okay, but here's the second part to the question.
All right. The
John-
Thing from Another World.
No, that's the original.
Oh, sorry, Henry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
John Carpenter directed this film.
Of course he did.
True or false?
Oh, Lord. I got a 50-50.
Did John Carpenter go to USC Film School or not? True or false? Well, let me rephrase that. John Carpenter went to USC Film School. True or false?
Well, since you brought it up, I'm going to say true.
You're absolutely right. It is true.
Isn't that where you went?
I wasn't going
That
there,
might be true.
but
your roommate went there too.
that's right. And he's an
Who's gonna
Academy
be a
Award
guest
winner.
Academy Award winner friend.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a beer label winner.
Pure
Just as
label
important,
winner.
honey.
It is.
Just as
One of the
important.
Big,
It's very important.
big grand scheme.
Doesn't matter.
Things.
Everybody gets a trophy. It's fine.
That's right.
Okay.
Do we have anything else?
I don't know. It's your show.
Is it? Since when?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Oh, we are so sad.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
See, that's the.
That's
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China.
I know that's one of your favorite.
Dude,
I
of
just
course
saw
it is.
myself laughing on that screen, and
Well, it is.
sorry, people.
You know what we haven't done in a long, long time? There's no real purpose for doing it, but I just felt like I needed to do it. Well, now we haven't done this in a while either.
And now for something completely different.
And it may be because we haven't done anything completely different for a
But
long
please
time.
subscribe and smash the like button.
Despite the
please.
fact,
You
please
could lightly touch it
brush the like
or feather it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit today,
Sorry,
if you'll allow me to squeeze in a few
How
comments.
much money you got?
Not much.
Okay.
Wow, that was very nice.
Hey, thanks, Geekers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad
Me
I ended
too,
up someplace.
because if he hadn't come home, I wouldn't have met him.
That's right. Whatever it is, it's weird and it's pissed off. Oops.
That's from the movie.
Yeah.
But
See, Fox was smart enough to not spell it out, and I said it anyway. So
well,
therefore,
then who gets the language alert?
I just did. I did.
Oh, for you? Okay.
I gave it to me.
Okay.
Here, this will help you clear things up. Okay, you're right. Are you thinking straight now?
Okay, gotcha. Oh my god.
Okay, I want to talk about covers, but before
for
I
it.
do, You'd asked me
Did you
last
see
week.
that? Oh, goodness sakes.
You what? What did I do?
Your finger right here. I should have bit it while I was
Oh my
there.
gosh. Okay. So you asked me last week what my favorite Christmas present was, right?
Oh, I
Because-
did.
Because I couldn't remember even what
Mine.
the
Mine.
presents were. But
know,
then
you
I
had
realized,
so many
like,
good
oh
ones.
yeah, this one. Check this out.
I can't tell. You got to have something behind it.
Me.
Oh, I have something we can show them
No.
behind it. There we go.
I can't see it.
Not missing much. Okay.
Empire Comics
Uh-huh.
established 2021. How about
Yep.
that?
There's a guy on, what's it called? Etsy
Isn't that cool?
that does these signs. It's kind of fun.
I like it. That's very cool.
I'll have
So
to
I
put
got
a
one
link.
of those. I don't know how I'm going to hang it or where I'm going to hang it. I guess I know how
I'm
I hang
hanging.
it, but I don't know
Yep.
where I'm going to hang it. I don't have
Yep.
much wall space
Thanks.
in
Yeah.
this studio.
That and the pajama bottoms with Husker's face on
Our
them.
dog's pictures on the
Everybody got some pajamas with our
They're
dog's
kinda
face
fun.
on them. It was pretty
kind
fun.
of funny. Okay, so here we go.
Here we go.
I think
have
it's
no idea what it is.
well, no, it's.
What are you gonna do?
I think I've got a lot of like little screenshots here I want to use, and I can't find anything. Oh, here we go. Actually, you guys know what I'm working on, Wraith of God, but I think it's time for an update of New Exodus.
Oh, well, do we finally know what it is?
No.
No. Do we know when it's coming out?
Nope.
Nope.
But there's your update.
We still don't know anything, but it's still cool.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's
That's
still
that's
cool.
actually a cover, which fits right into what
What
we're
we're
going to be
doing
talking
tonight.
about. Yeah.
We.
Well, I'm sure you'll have some contributions, won't you?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Some.
Shelley. Here's the thing:
Oh, look it.
when you do a cover, okay, we're going
Yes.
to talk about covers and
Okay.
designing
I'll move
covers
out of the way
and
now.
what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to leave yet.
Oh, yet.
So
Look at it.
I look at it that there's really two approaches you can take.
Mhm.
There's the boring cover. I shouldn't say boring, but I should say the cover that is super well drawn, that doesn't really tell us anything about the comic itself.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea is I want you to buy this book because this picture
It's
is
cool.
so well drawn,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the more old school cover that is telling part of the story, dynamics. Man,
Gives you a
I
hint.
really want to get someone's attention to get them to pick up this comic because they think when they open it up, it's going to be a really cool story,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's take a look
Ooh, let's.
at some examples, shall we?
Okay. Ooh.
Now, everybody
that?
knows
Looks like
of
Adam
my
Hughes.
great admiration for the great Adam Hughes.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me go.
Okay, but this is a
Yeah.
cover that, and I've done these myself. This is not a critical analysis. This is a great piece of artwork.
Mhm.
But the sole purpose of this cover is look at this great piece of artwork, buy
Mhm.
it, because we get no information about what's going on in the comic. It's
No.
a Wonder Woman comic. Somebody called up Adam, or in my case, it's happened to me. They said, Aaron, we need a cover for this book. And then you say, as the artist, well, what's going on in the issue? We have no
We have no
idea.
idea.
We just need an image of the character for the cover.
Yep.
Okay. And that's exactly what this is. Now, to Adam's credit, it's brilliantly drawn. So people buy his books. They would buy his book or his covers on any book,
Mhm.
whether they wanted to read it or not,
The
just to get the cover.
dictionary,
Right.
whatever.
Exactly. The dictionary with a cover by Adam Hughes.
Yep.
But this is a prime example of what we see, I think, way too much of in modern comics is a cover that is really well done, but doesn't really speak to the comic itself. It's just a
Right.
really nice
It's a
illustration.
yeah.
Okay. And again,
Okay.
I'm not saying that's Adam's fault. I'm sure he wasn't given any information
Right.
and had
You
to come
got
up
that
with a
lot
cover.
too, yeah.
Yeah. So again,
Uh-huh.
but I think these are but I see a lot of this going on. I'm going to use Adam because I'm not going to criticize Adam because I love him personally and I love his art. But this is another great illustration of Wonder Woman that tells us nothing about what's going on in the issue because he probably didn't know what was going on in the
Right.
issue, and maybe the editor
How many
didn't even
times
know.
did you get that? Like a ton.
A ton.
Or we need this cover, but we're like two books behind, no script.
Or somebody's rewriting the script. We changed the
Right.
idea, so we just need Wonder Woman looking majestic.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And so, oh, that's my
It's over
phone.
here. I got you.
Now, I don't fault those covers in the sense that
She's landed.
if they're really, really well done, then they work for their purpose. They get you to buy the comic, right? But I think when you're designing a cover, if you have all the information, you don't want to go that route. Now, there's a couple, and I didn't use them because examples that I've seen recently from Marvel, that because the covers themselves, the illustrations on the cover were brilliant, okay? But they looked like Saturday Evening Post covers from like 1945,
Ooh, I like those.
and they're beautiful drawn, but there was nothing on the cover that said, wow, I want to get this comic. Yeah, the only reason I would buy the comic is because the illustration was so wonderful that I wanted it for that cover illustration.
Right.
But it didn't sell the comic. It didn't sell what was going on in the comic, right?
Well, it might
Keep
have
an eye on the chat
it got
for me,
their
Keep an eye on the chat for me. Right?
yeah. Well, it got their attention, but then when they read the book, they were like, meh.
Well, but
Right.
if you let's just say you do a Spider-Man cover that is just Spider-Man doing something uninteresting, but it's really well done.
Yeah.
You're not selling the story. You're selling
Right.
just the
Right.
piece of art,
Yeah.
right? Which it might as well just be a poster or a print at that
Right.
point, right?
Right.
Okay. And let me give you a couple examples of something that is old school, but I think is more what we should be striving for as cover artists when we can. Okay, now this is Spider-Man 39, way back from probably, as I don't know, 1966, probably 67, 66, probably. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Green Goblin.
Yep.
He's kidnapped Spider-Man. Peter Parker is revealed his secret identity.
Dang it.
So now, as a reader, we see this. And granted, if I'm a 12-year-old kid, and granted, most of you guys are not 12-year-old kids anymore, but still, you see a cover like that, and your first reaction is, holy crap, the Green Goblin has captured Spider-Man.
Right.
Holy crap, the Green Goblin knows who Spider-Man is.
Both of them unmasked.
So you're kind of
Yeah.
like, I have got to read this,
Right.
right?
Right.
And it doesn't matter, and it's well drawn. You know, it's not Adam Hughes, it's John Romita Sr., but it's well drawn. But what a great, dynamic, interesting cover that sells what's going on in the
Right.
book.
Right.
Okay. Let me
It
show you
does
another
grab
one.
the reader's attention for the story, Kelly. Yep.
Right.
Oh, and we should point out that Rodney's here now. Hey, Rodney.
Rodney Ulibarri is here. Now, he has read the Garbage Man graphic novel, and he's asking me, or trade paperback, he's asking me questions
Good
that I
ones,
will not
too.
answer,
Good ones, though, too.
but he will find out eventually. Okay, now this is Gil Kane, inked by John Romita Sr. This is from when I was a kid. I was 12 or 13 years old when this book came out. Now, we don't know exactly what's happening, but we do know that Spider-Man is in the sewers. The water's rushing in on him. It's a cool pose.
Yep.
And what does he say? He says, flooding the sewers won't help you, mister. Only one of us is leaving here alive.
But you don't know who it is.
Right.
Dun,
The
dun,
secret
dun.
identity of Spidey's super foe. It turns out to be,
Nice.
spoiler alert, the Shocker. And why the Shocker
It's
is
shocking.
in water.
It's the Shocker. Oh, that's not a good combo.
Yeah. But what a fantastic cover. It's a great,
Mhm.
powerful image of your hero. He's in a dynamic and perilous situation.
Sequential Treasures was just thinking that same cover.
I love this cover.
Yeah.
It's a great cover. And if you go back up to probably really the modern era where pinup shots became the norm for covers, maybe post, image,
Mhm.
We were always getting covers that sold the story in dynamic fashion.
Mhm.
Okay, now let's take a look at some of examples of, I don't know, my stuff.
Oh, let's.
Okay,
Okay.
so I did reference Gil Kane. I'm going to do some drawing here in a minute, but I want to get. I'm going to
When
use
did you do all this?
I know.
I know.
Okay, this is based on not a specific Gil Kane cover, but a type.
Okay.
And we've got your female heroine
Esther.
in distress. She's okay. You've got your hero back here engaged with the monster or the villain in this case.
Mhm.
There's action. There's, boy, I want to see these two characters fight. I'm going to read this book.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what Gil Kane always sold. He would have like one big main central figure or a couple of figures
Mhm.
that would draw your attention. And I'm a big fan of that. I tend to go for big centralized characters to grab
Yeah.
the reader's attention,
Yeah.
to draw them in, but still doing something, not just standing there, but doing something,
Yeah.
engaged in some
Yeah.
sort of activity that's reflective of what's going on in the book.
Gotcha.
And that's what I would prefer to do than get stuck with, hey, can you draw this Wonder Woman cover, which I've had to do before with no information.
Great.
So now let's take a look at some of covers that I did that I think are effective.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember this?
Like I know all of them.
Okay. This is Damage.
Damage.
Boy, I can't even remember what issue that was.
I don't know.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think. But what do we got here?
What you got?
We got a huge central image of our main character, Damage.
Mm-hmm.
Total action shot of him smashing the Batmobile
Ooh,
with
there's
Batman in
Batman.
there. So we know Batman's in the comic.
Right.
So we have this dynamic, powerful image with the information about the guest star, and we're going to assume these guys are fighting in the comic.
You know, they might after he did that to his car.
So
Just saying.
again, you walk by the newsstand and maybe you don't read Damage, okay, which you wouldn't be the only one. And but let's say you're walking by and you see that cover,
Yes.
you might pick that up and say, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder what's
Mhm.
going on in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think it is well drawn. I think it's one of the better covers I've done, but it's not well drawn in the sense that maybe, you know, Adam Hughes spectacularly well drawn, but it is well drawn, but it also is giving you some action. It's giving you some story. It's giving you a reason
Giving you a
to
hint.
read the comic.
Kind of a teaser,
Yes.
like a movie trailer.
Yes.
Kind of.
There you look
I
at
didn't.
that.
I didn't
see?
make that up. Somebody else said that. in the
But
chat.
okay. Well, so you're taking credit for.
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
I
I'm
know.
not. I'm going to go back
Giving
and go.
credit.
Who said that?
Okay. Now here's another one that I did that I think was pretty effective.
Mm-hmm. Whoever said that, it was brilliant.
Okay. Now this is from my Death of Hawkman miniseries.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay, now here's an interesting story about this. They offered this to me and I said, great, I'll do it.
Joe said it. Yeah.
And then the editor said, I said, okay, so when do you need a cover? And he goes, well, Walt Simonson's doing the covers. And I said, well, then I'm not doing the book. And he said, what? What? And I said, look, I love Walter. I love him personally. I love him as an artist.
I love him.
This is my book. I'm doing the covers. So he checked it out with Dan, and Dan, of course, Dan DiDio usually had my back, said, yeah, that's fine. So they made Walter's cover to the first issue of this a variant. And then I got to go and do the covers for the series.
Gotcha.
Okay. So when I turned this in to Mark Chiarello, the art director at DC at the time, he said, you know, switch this guy.
The guy in the red. The guy in the red.
Adam Strange. He said, switch him so that his other arm is holding the gun up, so his face is opened up to the camera. And I said, no, Mark.
Oh.
And I said, and here's why. The previous issue, this is issue number 3. The previous
Thanks, John.
issue featured Adam Strange as the main focus of the cover.
Mm.
And they're both, and this is the death of Hawkman. It's not the death of Adam
Right.
Strange, right? Even though they teamed up in the book. I said, I want this cover to be focused on Hawkman, which it is.
Right.
And so I raised up Adam Strange's left arm to cover up part of his face so that your focus was Hawkman and not Adam Strange. You
Good
know
idea.
Adam Strange is back there, but he's not who you should be looking
Well,
at.
most people did. You didn't right now, but
I didn't what?
know that it was.
Yeah, but I remembered quickly.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so what's going on here? This is an action cover, obviously, right? But you have a great, strong central figure of Hawkman. You got these Hawk dudes getting blasted by his mace. You've got one coming at you. So you got some strong foreground elements on those heads in the foreground. You get a guy getting ripped across the chops with that mace flying at you. Some other guys, you know, it's almost like a Conan cover, you know, where he's battling a bunch of barbarians or something. And then you have some guy coming in from the back. And so you have action in the background, although it's muted.
Right.
And then you have your focus on Hawkman, which I think is actually a really nice, powerful image of Hawkman.
Yeah.
That sort of draws your attention.
Yeah.
I think this is a really successful cover. And I think, again, if you're walking through the comic shop and you saw that on the rack, you might pick it up and say, oh, this looks like could be exciting or something interesting going on in there. So now let's take a look at one more, if you don't mind, Shelley.
No, I don't mind. I'm here for the art. And other things.
And other things. Okay.
Oh, Power Cubed.
All right. This is the cover to Power Cube number 1. This is kind of a different thing. This I think is more of a, yes. Go ahead.
I flatted that cover.
Did you?
I did.
Wow.
I did.
Look
I
at
flatted
that.
that, everybody. Woo! Go, Shelly. Okay.
Okay. This was more of a thematic cover. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and more designy, but yet I think was effectively worked some action into it. Okay. Our central focus is the cube. Okay.
Yes,
So we
it is.
know that's the most important thing,
Yes.
right? Power cubed, the cubed, right? Or the cube. So then we have this kind of circular design that keeps your eye right centrally focused
Mm-hmm.
with all these characters that are involved in the story
Yes.
trying to get the cube,
Yes.
right? So I am telling you essentially with this cover, this is important. This object's important. This is the focus of
Right.
this story. We're going to assume this kid is the main protagonist in the story since he's the biggest, and all these other characters are supporting
Right.
characters.
Right.
You got a couple of robots, so that's kind of cool. You got this
Totally cool.
ridiculous Nazi evil guy back here, so we know he's the bad guy.
I'm not using that word.
Our red hair. Oh, the N word. Can't say that. Did I just get YouTubed?
Oh, I don't know. I said I'm not saying it.
Okay.
I called it. But I'm
Yeah,
not
we
saying
called it, but we haven't said it. So, and then you have this redheaded secret
it.
agent
Oh, I liked
character
her hair. I
back there.
remember calling her hair, going, "Oh, I want red hair." Yeah.
So, but we don't really
I
know
know,
what
who
her
cares?
deal is. She has a gun, so she could be French, could be faux, right? And then we got some comic relief down here with these guys that are upside down,
Right.
You know, and then maybe some old guy, maybe that's his dad.
that's
Of course,
right,
it is
yeah.
his dad, and then his
Could
girlfriend,
be, and of course it is.
and his girlfriend hanging on his arm.
Yep.
But I think this is a really successful cover because it's giving you information about the story.
Yeah.
Now, we don't really know what the cube does, although we have the tagline, "What if you could create anything?"
And
And
have the cube.
so that gives you a little bit of a hint. And then we get an idea of all the main players in the story
Mhm.
in what I think is a dynamic and interesting cover design.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
Nice work.
So that's really kind of a combination of the putting some action on the cover, but also doing a more of a design oriented cover
Cool.
as opposed to a storytelling. Although I think both are working there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. So keeping that in mind,
Yes. What are you gonna do?
well, a lot of people, I'm going to take this coat off because I have to admit I'm getting a little hot.
Ha! Ha!
It's getting a little warm. Just a tad bit warm in here.
Uh,
A little warm. It's getting a little heat sensitive.
uh,
So
how long you?
I kept up the facade as long as I could.
Oh, sorry. Skirts. Here you go, Bruce.
Ojo says, "Hey, Aaron, could you contact and bring Luciano Cunha on the show? He is partnered with Ark Haven, Chuck Dixon's, and he is like the head of an anti-SJW comics on
Ooh.
Brazil, and would love to see you guys chat. I don't
See.
know him at all, but I'll certainly look into it. Thank you for the heads up."
Looks like you just came home from working on the docks, apparently.
He said Yahtzee.
Eric.
Oh, that's right. That's what I
Yahtzee.
said. Use Yahtzee. Exactly.
Yahtzee.
I'd create $100 million and call it a day. Well, the thing with Power Cubed is it's a matter rearranger.
Matter rearranger.
So if you could take a car and
What's
turn
the
it into a
matter?
robot, but you couldn't take a car and turn it into $1 million. Although
Mhm.
technically you could probably take like a big roll of toilet paper and turn it into a bunch of $100 bills.
Get on it.
But here's the thing. The machine doesn't do the thinking for you.
Oh.
So you have to have some sort of concept of what you're doing. So if I said,
Oh.
"Oh, make me a bunch of $100 bills," and in my mind I had $100 in green paper, that's what it would look like when it came out. So you'd have to know
Oh.
exactly what.
Said, make me a sandwich.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh,
Eric
Booyah.
says that I.
that's what
Where
I
is
just
it?
said.
You just
on
said.
the docks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Run. Run, Eric. Run.
What if you came home to this?
You'd say that's a big day.
Just wondering how that would go. Randy Howell gives us another Canadian $5. Thank you, Randy. 2 more backers for Wraith tonight. Aaron was heating up for a reason. Oh boy.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you,
and thanks,
Randy.
new subscribers.
And thank you guys for pushing it in the chat so people are aware of it.
You guys have been great, like tweeting it and sharing, and just we appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we do, because we not only are we completely in you guys' debt for supporting and making the campaign a reality, but also for pushing it and getting other people aware of it so they'll sign up for it as well, so that we can all share in this wonderful 84-page graphic novel. So,
yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, let's take a look at the old drawing board, shall we?
Woo! Did the camera work this time?
We'll
see.
I gotta take.
It wasn't working earlier.
I gotta take the lid
go.
off. Gotta take the lid off.
Take the lid off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's like a little lid.
Take your lid off.
Not that lid.
Oh.
You gotta keep my head warm.
Ah.
Okay. So I will. I don't know how the mic's gonna work. I think it'll pick up okay, but Shelly, you're gonna have to monitor.
Enough.
You have to monitor that.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So let's take a look at this first before I get into this. A lot of people have asked me, which is kind of funny because people always want to know information ahead of time, right?
Of course.
You want to know the information before it actually happens. And they're like, okay, Aaron, well, what are you going to do after Wraith of God? Well, okay, I got to finish Wraith of God first, but I do know what I'm going to do after Wraith of God.
So do I.
So there's going, and I'll reveal a little bit of that right now. Now, I'm going to do I don't want to call it an anthology book, because an anthology book basically means you have a bunch of stories that are by different creators and they're not connected. This is going to be more like a giant size,
Prestiverse.
Yes, book that has 3 different stories in it, but they're all part of the umbrella.
Holy cow!
Woo.
Check that out. Sorry,
Woo.
everybody, but take Shelly on a vacation. Every day for me is a vacation, John.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, we're at 116.7. Holy cow.
Yes, thank you guys very much for
Golly.
that's fantastic. Okay, so there will be, Shelly, do you know what's going to be in this giant size?
Something big.
Huge.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be
the giant.
There's going to be an all new Wraith of God story.
Yes. There's going to be a
Garbage Man story.
And
we're doing, okay, now I've got it figured out. There is a super team that makes its first appearance
that's right.
in the Garbage Man trade paperback called The Nightclub. And they tie into all of this. And there will be a nightclub story in there as well.
Yes.
And as a bonus,
secret special bonus,
might get some Kit Carter in there too. Galactic
you
Ranger.
Never know.
You just never do. But
ooh, that looks so Bernie Wrights, and that's
you're right.
Very nice compliment.
Yeah, here's the thing about, I'm not one of those people that shies away from my influences. I know some people are, and they don't like to admit it. But whenever I do monster stuff, the rights and stuff, my rights and influence just comes out.
Yeah.
When I'm doing superhero stuff, you don't really notice it. But anyway, so this was originally going to be, I tried to launch Garbage Man as a Indiegogo several years ago, and it failed, as we all know.
Well, but you didn't do social media. You didn't really
I didn't really
have
understand how to do it. No.
Right.
But this was going to be a limited edition print that was available with the book. So I went ahead and did it. And I thought, well, maybe I could use this as the cover for the Garbage Man story. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is, with this giant size, I'm going to have a Wraith cover. I'm going to have a Garbage Man cover. There'll be a nightclub cover.
Ooh.
And I might even go, dare I say it, level 4 and have 4 covers and have a Kit Carter cover in there as well.
Wow. That's right. We didn't do it with Comicsgate.
No,
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I was clueless. I had no idea.
We seriously are, because Aaron doesn't spend any time on, he posts things and then gets back to work. Like, people are like, oh, how does he have time to stream? Because he's working every minute. Pretty much he's not streaming.
Yeah.
I think you even worked on Christmas.
No, Christmas Eve I did.
No, we were with the kids Christmas Eve. I think you worked on Christmas.
I worked Christmas Eve day.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
I didn't work. I did work on New Year's. It's Merv the Astro Chimp, and yes, he will be with Kit.
How Randy, you just pulled that right out of your ear. Good job. Yeah, Wrightson had his influence.
That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody did. You keep going back.
Good point.
Frazetta had influences, like Alex Raymond and others. So, but anyway, so I was thinking about this. This could make a good cover, although it doesn't really
go with the story.
It does a little bit, but it's not the main gist of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do right now. And the Garbage Man story has to do with zombies, but not zombies in the not flesh-eating zombies in the sense that we're used to seeing them in movies and pop culture these days. It's a little bit different take on it, and but that doesn't mean I'm going to shy away from using that on my cover if I think the cover is going to be cool.
And Hyper Tater, that is really funny. He says, being with my kids on Christmas is working. Sometimes. Well, no, we had our son and his new wife. It was nice. And then of course now we have to share him. And so they did Christmas with her family. And then I was exhausted and had a headache and slept all day. Christmas. It was quite festive. Well, that shows.
Yeah, but every time I create a lighting problem, I may have to turn the lights off.
Want some mood lighting, do you?
Yeah, why don't you sit down this row, if you would, please? Okay, so what I always do...
This one?
Yep, that's it. Perfect. And Shelley took the opportunity to run away and hide. She left the room. Okay, but not the building. Okay, I always take an 8.5 by 11. This is just regular old copy paper, 20-pound copy paper. Not coffee paper, but copy paper. And so I'll usually do several of these, but I think I have an idea of what I kind of want to do here. So we figure I'm going to probably use like a marble, old school marble. We'll do the little Empire Comics logo in here just for the fun of it. I wouldn't normally do. Okay. Now let's just say this is not the title, but let's just say the title of the book is Salty Adventure Tales. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that I leave room up there for that title logo. All right. That doesn't mean I can't have art crop into that, but anything that is of real importance, I don't want it up here. Maybe some arms or body parts or things flying around. That's okay, but you don't want any of your main characters that I want people looking at. I don't want their heads or faces covered up by the title logo. So we're going to keep that. And that's usually probably, if you do the top quarter of the page and say that's where my logo is going to go, that's probably pretty safe. Yes, this is me roughing the cover. Not roughing it up, but roughing.
My job.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to do one of these, and it's obviously going to change. But I have this idea in my head, and I kind of want to get it out. Thinking about it.
Yeah.
So what I might do, I'm going to do exactly what I told you not to do. But I'll have his arm up here, and maybe I can work the Salty Adventure Tales around. That's not really the name of it, Shelley.
I was hoping not. I was going to, once you were done, I was going to go, seriously? That cover makes me, or that title makes me salty. I don't like it. Oh.
Okay, so basically I'm going to have a big central image of Garbage Man.
Paul has a bunch of cover-ups.
You know, that was actually one of the...
The ones that the cover that never was, the Wonder Woman.
The Wonder Woman cover that never was...
It was a big hit with his daughter.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. Garbage Man. L'homme de poubelle.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we have a bunch of zombies here attacking him, right? So I'm probably going to... Let's say he's got this guy by the throat. He's... I was going to say one of the tiers for Wraith of God was buying all the roughs from Wraith of God.
Yep. But
I got quite a stack going over there.
Yep. Paul said he asked you to sign it for his daughter that way. But Mike Barron's just about to hit 30K
Is he
on
really?
Thin Blue Line. Yeah.
Wow.
Good job,
Nice.
Mike.
And good job, all you guys, for backing it, supporting it.
Yeah.
Okay, now obviously this position may change 100 times between now and the actual.
And that's not a stretch.
But what I kind of want
What?
to show here is, I think the dog just pulled the plug
Yep.
again.
Husker.
Get your tongue out
What
of there.
does it
He's gonna
mean? My
electrocute
account
himself.
name. Some person is hidden in this chat. Please unhide it, please.
What?
Somebody with a wrench doing that? I don't know.
Hey, my account name, same person, is hidden in this chat. Unhide it, please. I don't know what that means.
Somebody with a wrench.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Sorry, account 964. I hate to plead ignorance, but I don't. If you're on Facebook, Facebook may have,
Okay, I just did some unhide things, so I don't know.
well,
Uh-oh.
if I
It
get
says I deleted it. Sorry.
a mark from Facebook, which they do almost every time I do an opening, because they say my music is copyrighted, which it isn't.
I messed it up.
They can keep you from posting if you're watching on Facebook. So that could be what the issue is. I mean, I don't know.
Because they did
So I
hide user and then
apologize.
unhide.
Yeah,
So
I don't really know. what that
Sorry.
means.
We are just noobs, seriously.
Flip this.
So it's easier on my new laptop, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Billy got him. Well, Billy dropped spilled a glass of water on his MacBook.
That'll do it.
So he got a newer one than mine, even. I had to get a new one. The screen was just way too small for my old eyes. But I love me some MacBook Pros. Quoth Rune says this is a burn rough.
Yeah, I mean, I do stuff like this to kind of get an idea
Yeah.
of maybe something I might want to do, and then you start going, well, okay, maybe part of this doesn't work, and some of it does, and whatever else, you know. So basically, what we've got here. Now, to be, full disclosure, this doesn't actually occur in the comic, but I mean, there are zombies in the cover. Or pardon me, in the comic, and sort of a unsuspecting or a villain that maybe you wouldn't suspect. So maybe it's out in the woods in this guy's cabin. So maybe I'll put some trees out there and maybe work this composition a little bit so that we can see a little bit of the guy's cabin back here, and more zombies coming in back here. something like this.
Someone asked, you ever tried drawing tiny thumbnails?
This is a tiny thumbnail.
For him, it's a tiny one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to draw too small. I mean, I do occasionally. We'll do like a real quick, like thumbnail just with stick figures, small off to the side of the page, just to kind of get an idea of, you know, if I'm doing like a double page spread or something and I can't quite get the figures the way I want them, I will do stuff like that.
Come on. Do it, puppy. Come on. What you doing?
Okay.
You want to play?
So basically we have Garbage Man battling a bunch of zombies.
Buster.
And I will do this. I might do, you know, I might do a couple of these. I probably will do a ton of them. I have no idea, although I do have the story concept, or pardon me, the story plot for the next Wraith story, which is going to be a vampire story. And as you know, you guys, in fact, it will be getting the free, as a stretch goal, print that's kind of a preview image for the next Wraith story. So, you know, revisiting that right now may not be the most interesting thing I could do. Well, let's see. What if this is what you do. You sit here and you think, okay, well, that's kind of interesting, but what if I did this? Okay, so we'll go up here and we've got the cabin again, right? And maybe I'll keep the cabin, maybe I won't. I don't know. And then maybe you could bring Garbage Man over to the side here. Right? His fist coming this way, perhaps. You know, even though Garbage Man is, you know, it's kind of a monster comic, it's really kind of a superhero monster comic. So I don't want to lose the dynamic of you know, and then well, I was thinking about having a zombie come up here, but now I'm getting into that. I'm getting into that cover logo area that I probably don't want to do. So if I were to use something like this, I would have to make this smaller and lower it so we'd have more room up here for your logo. But honestly, what this is really just thinking with a pen, right? To try and come up with a concept that, you know, maybe works. But I definitely want some sort of, I don't know, 70s Marvel monster magazine kind of quality to this. So basically, he's just being smothered in zombies. You know, their fingers digging into his flesh kind of thing. Another one back here. And if we have the house up here on the hill, maybe, maybe we have a few, like there's a family graveyard or something here that all these guys are coming out of, something like that, maybe, something like that. And we're going to have some more trees back up in here. Now, essentially what I would do, if I liked this design, I would simply make it small. I give myself more room up here for the logo. And then I would just, adjust this proportionately to fit on the cover so that this wasn't covering up important information. This has a little bit more movement into it. It draws you in a little bit closer because you're more involved in the action, where this is you kind of standing back looking at it. You could do something, now that I think about it, there's always that moment right before the action. It's also can be pretty effective. I'm afraid this is going to look too much like the Cover to Swamp Thing #3, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. Just because it came into my mind. That's kind of the problem is, a lot of stuff comes into your mind and your first thought is, oh, that'd be really cool. And you forget that, oh, the reason that came into my mind is because I saw it, 25 years ago, Wrightson did this and it was really cool. And now I'm, so I don't want to swipe from Wrightson, but the pose isn't the same, but the concept sort of is. Okay, so let's do this. Maybe he's like this, turning back kind of to look at this. And then we could have, a big, this isn't an original concept by any stretch of the imagination, but it's an effective one. So you got this hand coming out of the dirt in the foreground, and maybe, let's say we put the house in the background over here. So we see part of that, right? Aaron, do you think it's too ambitious for an artist to want to draw like 2 or 3 books with completely different art styles from one another, or would that be possible? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just putting them all in the same book. I don't think it's, well, first of all, you got to be able to do it. In other words, you have to sort of be able to identify stylistically what you want to do. But for example, there's not a whole lot of difference between Garbage Man and Wraith of God. In terms of how I'd approach it stylistically. But Kit Carter is a humorous book. And so I'm not going to do that same sort of gritty line work that I'm doing on Wraith of God. On that, I would do a much cleaner, slick approach, which is what I normally have done my career anyway. But what I've done, I think that will make this, if it works like I hope it's going to work in terms of, reader reaction, is that Garbage Man is a known commodity. Wraith of God will be a known commodity. Kit Carter's she's a space babe, so it doesn't need to be a known commodity. And then the nightclub will be introduced in the Garbage Man trade paperback, so there'll be some familiarity there. And the fact that all this stuff ties in together makes it important beyond just the single characters or perhaps issue that you're doing, because I'm creating a connected universe that all these characters tie in. So they have significance, even if maybe they're not, maybe you say, well, I really like Wraith of God, but I'm, the nightclub I could do without or whatever. But that stuff ties in together. So there is some interest there, I think, or there will be some interest there with doing a variety of different characters. Now, I wouldn't go in and do a pure, let's say like a sci-fi anthology where everything's sort of sci-fi, but they're not connected in any way, because then you really are just selling your art style and a single story. But I think the connectivity of the characters makes it more interesting and it gives you a better chance of succeeding with multiple characters and multiple project. Yes, cabin zombies. Garbage Man fighting a mummy would be cool. Love Val Merrick's supernatural thrillers. Me too. There's a great splash page that Val Merrick did of the living mummy where he's out in space. He's like floating out in space. There's planets behind him and stuff. It's just a great. I can't remember what issue it's from Supernatural Thrillers. I have all those, but yeah, that would be great. A mummy story. I love that. This is actually a story that was originally going to appear in the original Garbage Man miniseries at DC, and then I scrapped it at the end because it opened the door to too many things that I couldn't pay off, but now I can. So I'm going to go back and use it now. That's true. Dan's actually right. There's so many poses and compositions that you can do. There will be duplicates. It's inevitable. I did I've told this story before, but I did a Hulk cover where he fights the Abomination. And it was from Hulk Destruction miniseries, which was based on a video game, I think, years ago. This is like right around the time I was doing Planet Hulk. And it's a really cool looking cover. I love it. And then someone said, boy, this looks like that Mike Zeck's cover he did a few years ago. And I'm like, what? And I literally, someone at a con was looking at the original art and brought up the Mike Zeck thing. I looked it up and it's almost identical to a Hulk annual cover that Mike Zeck did. And I had never even seen it before. And so, yeah, that does happen. So anyway, the problem with this composition, obviously, is his leg is running right behind the arm of this hand coming up in the foreground. So, that might get moved over here a little bit. Then you could move the house this way, or you could slide him slightly over this way. But see, this is more of a, it's not as, dynamic and as engaging perhaps as throwing everybody into this big zombie fight scene. But it's a simpler design, which sometimes helps break up the noise of, if there's a lot of covers that have a lot of action on them, which isn't really a problem in this day and age. But back, say, in the 70s or whatever, that was kind of the norm. Doing something like this that has the sky behind it and maybe a full moon up here, and you've got this one central, scary hand of a zombie coming up out of the ground, and you still have your antagonist here, or pardon me, protagonist, a Garbage Man as your central figure that's selling the book. He's right there in the, as a central figure. So, it's like you got Spider-Man right where you want him. So you see him in the cover because that's what people are buying the book for, right? In this case, it's Garbage Man, not Spider-Man. But you still have the menace of this zombie hand coming up that's like, okay, now I know this is a zombie story. What's this all about? That may be intriguing as something like this, which is actually sort of false advertising because there isn't really a big Garbage Man zombie fight scene in the book, but it's also there. It's a compelling image anyway. So there's a lot of different ways you can go. But my main point of doing this discussion about covers is you want to be telling the story. You want to be selling the story as well as having a really well-designed and interesting cover, but you want something happening that makes me want to buy the book beyond just, oh, that's really wonderfully rendered, whatever. I want to see a piece of the story, but in a composition and a design that is really a strong image that is cover worthy, right? So those are kind of the things you're kind of balancing when you're trying to figure this stuff out. OG Donuts says, I plan to do a cartoony, clean light comedy and detailed shadowy horror. I know I have to train and study a lot, but I want the art to fit the story. No, I think you can do that. I mean, again, if you're doing a straight up horror and straight up humor, I mean, there's certain things that look a certain way. I mean, look at Art Taber's last project he did, not black and white, but I did a cover for it. The time, doggone it. As I take a drink, you guys know what I'm talking about. Somebody help me out. Anyway, it was a very kind of humorous, lighthearted, cartoony approach, if you will. And so he drew it that way, and it looks fantastic. But it's totally a departure from his superhero stuff. Chronomechanics, yes, Chronomechanics. And if you go and look at that, it's totally different. Very humorous, stylized approach that's very different from what he's doing in black and white. But it works because that's the tone of the story. So I think you can move around stylistically, as long as you don't, or as long as you can handle the genre that you're dealing with, right? Swamp Man Sludge thing. I want the Garbage Man book. I want that Garbage Man book. Here's the thing with the Garbage Man trade paperback is I checked on Amazon and there was only a couple copies left available through Amazon, but they're already being sold secondhand, and some of them are actually cheaper than what they originally were offering them for sale. So, I mean, that's good for you guys. I have yet to hear back from Dark Horse if they have any more copies that I can get to sell through the Wraith of God campaign as signed editions. Because I know there's been a lot of interest in, I mean, we've sold almost 500 copies of the trade paperback through the campaign. So I know there's a lot of interest in this. And since, I've been revealing that it does tie in to Wraith of God and stuff, so there's going to be more interest in it in that regard. And then if I do more Garbage Man stories, which I will be doing, they're going to, that trade paperback is going to be more important for people to get the backstory and the origin really of the character. I didn't draw his arm right. He has a big, like, concrete arm here. I just drew him. But I'm doing what I can to get more copies of it. And as soon as I know, I'll let you know. But if you don't want to wait, if getting a signed copy is not important, you go to Amazon and order it there, or contact your local comic shop and see if they can get any copies, because I think they're almost gone. And probably not going to count on Dark Horse to reprint that. It would, if they don't, then the rights would return to me and I could reprint it at some point as well. But you're talking about a 135-page book. So it's a big undertaking, even though all the artwork's done. I'd have to know that I had, more than just 50 more people that wanted a copy before I reprint it myself, but I might. So, sometimes subtlety works better than in-your-face action on a cover, and there's some honest truth in that as well. You would think on a trade paperback, because if I sold 500 copies myself, although I don't know how that registers, because Dark Horse doesn't know how many that I've sold to you guys. All they know is how many I bought from them. So I don't know if they count that as, I guess a sale's a sale, right? Regardless of who buys it. If I buy 500 copies of my own book, do they really care who bought it, as long as Diamond never shipped your order? Did they give you any sort of explanation as to why that was? So yeah, getting back to this, I don't know if that's going to read that way. I mean, I honestly don't know how they chart that stuff. If it's only sales on Amazon and through comic shops and not behind the scenes sales. I mean, I really don't know. But I was surprised. Like I said, I went on Amazon just like less than a week ago, and it said there was only 8 copies left. So there you go. Here we go. We got a Bretsky the Great. I'm a dealer. I reordered Garbage Man trade paper from Diamond back in September, and it still haven't received it. I've double checked my orders, and it's still sitting on my reorder list. That is an excellent question. Again, maybe I bought up all the extra copies. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what's going on. Like, I've been waiting to hear from Dark Horse for almost 3 weeks now on extra copies. I've heard nothing. So, and I think I heard Dark Horse recently sold. So I don't know if there's, if that's causing issues or whatever. But again, I'm very limited in what I know because I'm not publishing this. I'm simply the creator that struck a deal with the publisher, in this case, Dark Horse. So they're the ones that are handling all the sales and everything. All I have control over is me buying them, what I can buy from them, and then me selling them secondhand to you guys as signed editions. But I have no control over the availability, how many they ordered, how many they have left, and all that kind of stuff, which I'm right now trying to figure out. So, Aaron, no, the retailer hasn't been able to find out why. It's not just Garbage Man. There's a ton of stuff timed. Oh, I see. Okay. The Swedish owns Dark Horse now? I didn't know that. I know they sold somebody, but the Embracer Group. Okay. GJ dropping in. Happy New Year, Aaron. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so Waylon Jackson got it, but he hasn't had a chance to read it yet. That's okay. I won't give any spoilers. Leg Kick says he picked it up on Amazon just now. Did it say how many copies were left, just out of curiosity? Very interesting. Okay, so here's a couple of concepts, right? Now, what I might do with this is I might make this more, I'm kind of digging this now for some reason, but I might make this more low angle. So we're kind of, I mean, it is low angle, but more of it, this is more of a straight on shot of Garbage Man. I might upshot that a little bit more. So we're like, get a little bit more dynamic with that. But those are a couple of options, right? Now I've got, I don't want to give away too much, but one of the other things is the nightclub, which is the super team that makes its debut appearance in the trade paperback. And that's the interesting thing about the Garbage Man trade paperback is it's not just reprint. I mean, it is 90% of its reprint material, right? Because it's all reprinted from the DC miniseries that I did. And it's the first time it's been collected in a trade. So there isn't another, you could buy the original, the Weird Worlds and My Greatest Adventure miniseries, like on eBay for probably $1 a piece if you wanted to read it. But that story has Batman in it. Obviously, now that the rights to Garbage Man have returned to me, I can't publish a story with Batman in it, clearly. So Batman had to be removed. So I put in my super team that actually fits really nicely into the story called The Nightclub. And let me, I can actually, if you guys haven't seen it, I show something once and I figure, everybody in the world's seen it. And obviously that's not the case. Okay, let me open this up and I'll show you. David Williams did everybody that backs Wraith of God is getting 7 stickers, because you get an Empire Comics logo sticker, but you also get 6 characters stickers as part of a stretch goal. So you all get those as free with your backing of Wraith of God at any level. Okay, so that's the Nightclub, right? So they make their appearance, and don't ask me any questions about this team. I'm not going to say anything about it. You just have to wait and see. But anyway, they make their first appearance, an actual first appearance. It's new material that hasn't been published anyplace else. The pages that feature the Nightclub are all brand new material for that. So if you got the original miniseries from DC, they wouldn't be in it. Batman would be, but now these guys are in it and Batman is not. So it is essentially new material in the trade paperback. So it does have some value beyond just being reprint stuff. And then this team moves on from that in their own story, which we'll see in my next project after I finish this Wraith of God graphic novel. But anyway, that's when I say the nightclub, that's who I'm talking about. There we go. GJ Martinez says, Aaron, wait a minute, didn't you order one from me? I just put my order for 1 copy of Garbage Man on Amazon. Now it will say 4 copies left. I'll have a copy from Amazon and 1 copy signed. Oh, I see. You read the Amazon copy and don't read the signed one. Old Man says, it's crazy that you can sell more copies of your comic than the publisher. It's a result of all the hard work you do for your own comics. Boy, isn't that the truth? Thank you for saying that. That is funny, because when I originally tried to crowdfund Garbage Man the first time, and it was just the trade paperback with the new material, the nightclub stuff, and there was going to be a new story. It was actually going to be the zombie story that I'm now going to do in the next project. But anyway, I tried to crowdfund. I think I got 280 backers or something like that, and it just didn't bring in enough money to fund it. I've got, as an add-on to the Wraith of God, I've sold almost 500 copies of this book. So I think that's kind of funny how that's all worked out. But again, it's, visibility, 2 years of having my own YouTube channel, going on Ethan's channel and other guys, Billy's channel, and doing the professionals and all these other shows that we do, as well as social media that, allows you to get the word out and you can start reaching more of an audience. And, that's kind of the trick, right? It's a numbers game. You can have the greatest project in the world, but if no one knows about it, no one's going to buy it. Right. So, Louis Bright Raven says, well, this is the first time the nightclub appears as the nightclub. I still have the Studio Source annual when they were just, oh boy, that's absolutely true. When I was in a studio called Studio Source in Portland that featured me, Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson, Matt Haley, Tom Simmons, Carl Kiesel, Randy Emberlin, Gary Martin, Ron Randall, Matthew Clark. I think that's everybody. Ann Timmons. I think I got everybody. It was like our West Coast Gaijin studios. And we did an ash can of stories we were going to do. And the nightclub was originally called Creeps. Okay. That was going to be the name of the team, which actually I thought was pretty good. Unfortunately, Dan Mishkin and Tom Mandrake did a book through Image called Creeps before I could do mine through Image. And so they basically got the copyright on Creeps, or the trademark on Creeps, before I could do it. So I changed the name to the nightclub, which is, it's kind of has more of a humorous tone to it, even though the book really isn't funny. But I think, once you name something and then you sort of apply your name to it, after a while, it starts to grow on you. You think, that works pretty good. So Randy's right on the money. It is the cannonballs and the slaps, I think, that make the difference. Okay, so basically the concept is that the nightclub is the super team that operates in what used to be Gotham City, but is now called Murnau City. And any of you who know who F.W. Murnau is will get the joke. But there's a lot of toxicity and pharmaceutical issues in this city. And so you have a lot of chemical mutants and just weird, strange people cropping up with bizarre powers and stuff. So the nightclub right now has 3 members in it, Metal, Sculpture, and Mr. Midnight. But I want to add more strange characters to the team. And so one of them is going to be this elephant dude. I haven't even designed him yet, so don't quote me on this as being canon. We'll give him one tusk or something. I don't know. Probably not even going to give him an ear. Okay, that's terrible. But what might be interesting here is Metal is a liquid metal guy, kind of like the Metal Men. And I could have him swirling in like this, say from the foreground. I'm not gonna really design the elephant guy here because I got to think about it. But let's just say he's up here. And yes, I'm blocking the logo, but we're just trying to get an idea of so yes, this metal guy might, I guess, maybe a little bit like Plastic Man, huh? He's just give him big elephant feet here and big fist here. We'll give him a little bit of a trunk. And again, this isn't written in stone, so this could change, but even the character might. Now let's say he's maybe making a big mace out of his arm here and drawing this back as he comes around here, and maybe the stone girl reaching out here. And maybe you have Mr. Midnight in the foreground here with his black cape. Oops, I gave him the Wraith's hat. He doesn't have the Wraith's hat. Reaching out. Again, the idea would be that you've got the centralized focus of action here. You've got a strong foreground element that sort of helps lead your eye up to where you want it to look. There could be lab parts busting out all over the place, some industrial background perhaps, something of that nature. But this is stuff I'm just now conceptualizing at this point, and I might even have Dale Keown come in and do one of these covers for me, so it would be a totally different scenario. But I see we've gone for 2 hours here, so let's just take a quick look here at some of the options perhaps for my Salty Adventure Tales, which is not the name of the book. But I am kind of digging this, or maybe this, but I'm kind of digging this. Because I do tend to like, again, big centralized images for a cover as opposed to just, super busy action sequences. Now, if it's just a couple of characters, it's okay. But when you get like a ton of characters like in this, it can get a little busy and get kind of noisy. And sometimes it's hard to focus on exactly what you want. I think this works better because you can see the whole figure. But this is intriguing me. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up going this route. Ace Chemical City and the help. See, I'm ripping off X-Men. I didn't even know it. Since you created Wraith of God, will you come up with characters similar to Superman? That's an interesting question because I do have superheroes. Oh, I should. Yeah, just like put the Chinoo up there, like in the trees. I'll have to ask Graham about that. That would be kind of funny, actually. Kind of like drop them in the background or something. That would be actually very, very funny. Shelley has gone south for the winter. I don't know what happened to her, so it looks like it'd be up to me to close the show out. But I do have non-monster superhero stuff that would also tie into this. The problem is, it's like, how much can you do in a single issue. And I think bringing in the three there will be established characters into this second project allows me to kind of do the combined universe without it just being completely random and people going, well, who's that? And what's that? And who's this? And, so the third wave of these books after the second, I've got that planned out as well, which is going to sort of, we start to tie things up at the end in the epilogue of the Wraith of God graphic novel. That starts the thread, should we say. The second project that we're doing sketches for, that's going to further move that along. And then the third project will then it'll all come to a head and all kind of tie together. And that will allow me the opportunity to springboard into yet another character that would be more in line with a traditional superhero universe than kind of all this monster stuff I've been doing. So we shall see. It's fun to talk about all this stuff and future plans, but I got to get it one step at a time. I got to get Wraith finished first. And like I said, right now I'm on inking page 34, which I will get done tonight, and then on to 35 tomorrow. And my goal, and we'll chart it week by week, but my goal is to have through 50 pages done by the end of January. So we'll see if I hit that mark, because that's what I need to do to stay on schedule. So, and it's challenging to a certain degree to pencil and ink, right? If I'm penciling, I can do 5 pages a week. It's not an issue. But when you're penciling and inking, that's like doing 10 pages a week, right? So it's just impossible to do that much unless you're just burning through it, which clearly I'm not doing. So, realistically, 3 pages is pretty comfortable, but I really need to do 4. Whether I'll be able to pull it off or not, I don't know, because it's not going to be an issue of me saying, well, I'm going to crap this page out because I got to get to 4. I'm doing a certain quality of work on this book that's going to stay that way, but I'm going to try to, through extra hours or whatever it takes, to hit that 4 pages a week and 16 pages through January. That'll get me through page 50. And then I'll have a really good idea that I'm on schedule and everything's going to work out exactly as planned. So of course I will keep all you guys up to date on that. Green Laser wants to know, what book or guide should I use to convert my short stories to comic book scripts? There's not really a guide, especially if you're, well, okay, in my case, I'm writing for myself. If you're writing for somebody else, I use sort of screenplay. Sorry, didn't mean to bang that right in the microphone. I use a sort of a screenplay format. Okay. But basically what you're doing is there's 2 ways you can do it. Depends on how much leeway you want to give your artist. You can sit there and go page 1 and then just write description with some dialogue for everything that happens on the page. And then let your artist just break it down as he sees fit. That would have been what we called the Marvel style back in the day, when Stan and Jack and Steve Ditko and whoever would sit around and discuss a plot. The artist would go draw it, come back, Stan would dialogue it, right? So what you see more often in modern comics is, you break it down. So you got page 1, right? And then you got panel 1, and you're going to give me a description of what's in panel 1, just like you would a movie script or something like that. And then you have your dialogue for that panel. Then you go to panel 2, panel 3, same format. And that's basically, I put everything left margin, right? So it'd be page 1 in bold. And then I'd go under that would be panel 1, semicolon, and then description. And then below that would be the dialogue, Wraith of God. I just say Wraith, ... and then I'd give his dialogue. And then if Esther, her dialogue. Then we go to panel 2, semicolon, describe the action, do the dialogue. So, there's a lot of different formats you can use, but that's probably the simplest way to do that. And there you go. There are guides out there, and that I'd forgotten about that, but you take a look at that. You probably can find it on eBay or someplace, or even Amazon. I don't know. Willie J draws. You, Hughes, Dodson, Ringo, and others have all have an open style, and you all began around the same time. I'm curious if you all share common influences. I can't speak for Ringo. I knew Ringo not well, but I knew him a little bit, and I obviously I know Terry really well. Terry and I both were big Adam Hughes fans, which may have. Adam was a guy that started doing that sort of open style, and he was relying more on his figure drawing, his just pure drawing ability to sell his art. Well, he didn't need all the line work and stuff, right? Because the drawing itself was just so great. What happened was with me, I had influences like Wrightson and Kevin Nolan and Golden a little bit, Frazetta, Barry Smith, guys that used a lot of line work. Okay, so I was always trying to get that figure work, that strong figure work, and then dress it up, right, with the comic book line work. Terry had a lot of influences through animation as well. Okay, so I think that sort of pushed him in the direction he was going. So in a lot of ways, we started maybe in the same place, with being really our attention focused on drawing well. Okay, and I know that sounds dumb because that's what everybody wants to do, right? But a lot of people focus on style, right? I would say that Terry and I really focused on drawing well, and that's where kind of the similarities, and maybe with Frank Cho, you see that a little bit as well. Very open style that's really based on how well he draws, right? So we were all sort of in that same sort of mindset. But then Terry kept that open style because his influences. He's younger than me by about 8 years, so his influences were more. He started getting animation influences where I was already had a pre-existing influence of these other comic book illustrators from the 70s, and of course Frazetta, who dates back even farther. And so, when we draw women, they're all very similar because we do them all in a very open style, because I don't like to put a lot of line work on, because I think it just kind of muddies up the female form, and I don't like, female figures. To me, I'm trying to beautify them, not gritty them up and make them, dirty and disgusting. I guess it depends on the character, but in most cases. And so people will look at our women and say, oh, Terry and Aaron or Adam, they all sort of have this sort of similar vibe to their female characters, even though Adam is far superior to me. And then Terry and I are just kind of a matter of taste, I think. But when we draw other things, it's very different, but he keeps that same open approach. So those are kind of the influences there. With Ringo, I don't know what his influences were, but my guess is he came in about the same time, and he was younger than me. And a lot of guys that came in at that time were guys that were pushing more towards I don't want to say cartoony, because I don't want to sound insulting, but more of a open style that was more animation influenced and video game influenced. And so you see a lot of guys that went in that direction with maybe using less line work and more, again, stylization about how they represented the figure work. So there you go. Jerome, I have my own comic book company. It's called Empire Comics. Unfortunately, I'm the only employee. But that doesn't, well, that's not true. I've hired David Williams to do something. I've hired, I'm hiring Dale Keown to do something, but not like a story or something like that. But that would be a long-term goal, I think. But it's, you gotta get to a point where your projects, where you're raising enough money that you can actually, if you wanted to hire something out, you could actually afford to pay really good people good rates to do it. Whereas you're doing everything yourself, you take the risk. And if you don't make as much money as you thought maybe you wanted to even make your page rate, you're saying, well, okay, I can suck it up because this is my project and it's important to me. Whereas if you're hiring someone else to do your project for you, they're not as willing to suck it up. They want to get paid and they deserve to get paid. So there's a lot of variables that, if I won the lottery, and could take, what would I need? I could probably do a 5-year plan with 6 books for about $10 million. I would do it in a heartbeat. You know, that may be financial suicide, but I'd do it. So didn't Frazetta use the same female model for his art? Wasn't she his wife too? I don't know if, I mean, he did use his wife, but I don't know if she's exclusively who he used. Frazetta used to famously say, oh, I don't use models and I don't use this. I just draw it on my head, which was BS. He did use models and he used himself. And he did use his wife a lot. And I don't know about anybody else, though, to be honest with you. They moved up here to Portland, right? And I'm getting out of Portland as soon as I can. So I'm going to move to Wyoming. I really do. I don't know if Shelley's going to like the cold, but I'm going to move to Wyoming and start up Cowboy Comics. Ride my horse to work. Okay, that was really loud. Sorry. Anywho, guys, this has been 2 hours and 17 minutes. And when I get talking about art, I can go on forever. So I'm going to stop. But I want to thank you all, first of all, for joining me today. It's a great show. We couldn't do it without you guys. You guys are an integral part of interacting with Shelley and I when we do this. I also want to thank you guys for backing Wraith of God and putting the word out there. This is a book that will be coming out, and it will be pretty close to on time. And so I do thank you guys for the support, because I couldn't do it without you. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. It's free, so it's not that painful to do. Also, hitting the like button also helps. And we'll be back next week with, I'm not sure who I'm going to have next week, but I'm going to work on somebody, but I'm not going to say who until I actually got them lined up. And then I'm going to try and do at least one last second live stream during the week, this coming week. So keep your eyes on your notifications, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening and have a great week coming up. Everybody let me try that again. Stay safe and have a fabulous new year. And we'll just keep moving forward, and hopefully things will get better and better. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Right out the door. I was just about ready to click the off button, but now I'm going to do that. All right. So leg kick gets one out the door. So anyway, thanks, guys. And we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.